Oh my god. Congratulations. I'm so sad that you're gone. Goodbye, farewell, my friends. I'm so sad. Oh my god, he's gone. I mean, if you went into that chat, the last CKN chat, it's fucking cringe. Like every fucking comment is the same. Yeah, I mean, cheers, man. Go on with your fucking life. I'm like, I'm like, everyone already is saying that. Yeah, I get it. You want to do your saying, oh goodbye. But if everyone already is saying that, then just shut the fuck up and enjoy the moment or something. But I mean, the fucking that video is so uninspired. Like his last couple of videos are so half-assed and rushed and just they don't have any thought put into them. And his fans just eat it up. They just fucking eat it up. Granted, I ate that shit up too, so you can call me a retarded kid or something as well, or just a retard. I look like a kid maybe, but I'm actually an adult, believe it or not. But I mean, the majority of his fan base is fucking retarded. I mean, let's be honest here. I didn't really know a better title, so I was like, let's rant on the CKN farewell tour or something. He's fucking farewell tour, man. I highly doubt he will stay away though. He might return in like I don't know, a couple of months or something. He will stream again, so maybe he will like redo his favorites list. Because that favorites list of his is so ass. I mean, come on now. His favorite list is fucking like it's so half-assed and rushed and just lazily put together. Like it's literally his previous top 25. Granted, that was for the most part a great list. I really like that list. But I mean, um, the extended 25. He got like I'm pretty sure like $400 or $500 from that request. It got like a lot of money for him to do that, and he just kind of half-assed it. He literally just rehashed his old list. Mine is at the drive-in. Remove at the drive-in and fucking keep Push Monkey on there. Mark, are you fucking insane? Um, that's kind of dumb. I think that's really dumb. So he removes at the drive-in, keeps Push Monkey on there, and then fucking adds all these modern acts, which I don't think are bad. Watain is good. Ellen is a bit too eerie for my taste. I predicted that a rehash might happen. Yeah, I was really like expecting it to because I was like, he is most likely not gonna give me a good band or something. And I mean, granted, Ellen is I would say good, but I was looking for greatness. Like I was looking for a great band, like most of his top 25 list, but that was nothing new for me because that video was already out for like 8 years or something. So there was like no point in rehashing it. He got a lot of money for it, so he just kind of like rehashed his top 25 list and added like the top albums of the decade's ends list. So I'm really underwhelmed by his list. It's so half-assed. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate like bands like Testament or Stone Temple Pilots, but top 50 albums of all time, and he has fucking number 4 on there from Stone Temple Pilots. And how's the album even called? Not the Legacy or New Order, but like one of Testament's later albums. I'm like, what? A fucking Testament album? No, I mean no Slayer or yeah, Metallica was on there. No Sodom. Sodom is an awesome trash band. No Sodom was on there. Creator was on there. Overkill was on there. That's fine. He likes the shit, so there you go. I mean, no Anthrax, but I mean, the opinions are split on Anthrax. I know that, but I mean, he could have had some like more solid trash acts on there. I mean, Testament is really like basic bitch trash metal, really like girlfriend metal. But I guess creators that too in a sort of degree. So do whatever what you will. My cat is fucking crazy. So I'm not even sure. I was like, yeah, let's call out CKN's fan base for them being kids and retards. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, I did my saying. Should I continue? Okay, yeah, I can maybe stream for like an hour. After that, I'm probably gonna eat and then I'm gonna chill. It kind of depends if more people would join the stream. If it's just like Alex, I'm probably gonna stream for like an hour. And if more people join, maybe I will continue. Maybe if something gets thrown in there. I'm not even sure why I'm streaming now. I was just like, yeah, sure, let's throw the stream on, whatever. And now I'm kind of like, oh well, I did my saying, and what now? In other words, your own CKN channel review. No, no. I'm not reviewing his channel. I'm just saying his fans are fucking retarded. I mean, granted, I do like Mark though. Mark is a nice guy. I think he's literally just like an angry video game ripoff. But I mean, I'm kind of an Alex ripoff, so do with it what you will. I mean, granted, I have more opinions than that guy, and my musical taste is way more varied than that guy. So there you go. He just likes old prog rock shit. I mean, I'll love that shit, but um, there's more music in the world than that, and he hates hippity hop. He hates the shit. And it's kind of narrow-minded. I think he could expand his taste a little bit, but he just hates hip hop, I guess. So there you go. Embrace yourself to Kanye, you fucking ginger fuck. Fucking no. Um, yeah. What else? I'm probably gonna look for some headphones. So if I'm not really paying attention to the almost dead fucking live chat, then well, there you go. I don't really care. So I was looking for these headphones. I got the GBL, a lot of numbers, NC Black, a wireless headphone with noise cancelling. That sounds really nice. But I'm kind of wondering how long is the cord though? How long is the cord? Because there is an image, but I don't know how long that is. Like, can you give me a description? I want a description. But I should probably look on the best rated headphones. That's probably the best thing to do. I mean, what can I say more about Mark though? He's a nice guy. He made good reviews. Yeah, some of them are kind of a rational thought. I think sometimes he tackles hip hop. I mean, that one review where I reviewed Wiz Khalifa rolling papers. That's just fuck all. That's just like a money grab. I'm like, talking about Wiz Khalifa and Justin Bieber and blokes like that. It's nothing really special. Kind of like Downfall said, it's kind of obvious trash. Like there's no need to talk about it because it's like everyone knows it's fucking trash, except if you're like a brain dead teenager. But I mean, most people in the world are like that. So there you go. Do you want me to? Do you want me something to talk about? I mean, we can continue about CKN though, because I mean, the thumbnail and title are based on him though. They are him, so there you go. So we can talk about him a bit more. What else do I think? What is fucking garbage on his list though? So you celebrate after RRE. What the fuck does that mean? I mean, I can shit on Muse a bit more if you like that. Sure, let's go. I think you wanted to spell out retirement, but you did not spell it out. You just said RRE. And I should expect something out of that or something. That's pretty vague, my boy. Sherlock. Yeah. I mean, more so Muse than CKN, but I mean, I'm not really in the mood to, I won't say in the muse. I'm not really in the mood to shit on Muse. I mean, you can do that if you want, but I mean, Muse is yeah. My spelling fucking sucks. My fucking speaking sucks. I mean, we got 4 people in this bitch right now. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really want to roast Muse right now. I'm kind of bored. I mean, they suck. That's kind of it, honestly. I did get this pretty cool Doors vinyl though. Yeah, I think I showed it off in like one video, but I don't really hate Muse honestly, but I can roast them. You're subscribed to them, dumbass. I mean, I went to your subscriptions once and I saw Muse on there. I was like, what the fuck is this shit doing on there? But I mean, granted, if I say something, if I say like, oh, you have you know, you have a shit song on your list, or oh, this band is overrated, or this band sucks, and you have it on there, you don't necessarily have to delete it though. Like with the Green Day thing, I think Warning is a great album. I love that album, but or well, love. I really like Warning, the Warning McCree track, but Warning McGreen Day good album, but I would not put it on a favorites list or something. Like it's good, but it's not amazing. I think it's just like a really solid kind of pop rock album in a way. It's good stuff. But I mean, you deleted that off your list. I was like, Green Day is not like a favorite, an all-time band for me at least. But if they are for you, that's fine. I just don't think that Green Day is that great. You know, that's kind of it. Honestly, they are fun though. They are a fun band sometimes. So this is Mike's favorite band right there, The Doors. I got this from my sister. Yeah, I said it in one video, and Sarah was like, "Oh, what does your sister like? She likes contemporary R&B, hip hop, pop rock music, and yeah, something like in between those lines." And I was like, "Oh, what do you guys recommend? I should give her." And then I believe a week later, I got into like an argument with her, so we hate each other again. Maybe she forgave me, but I still fucking hate her, so fuck her. I unsubbed after one day. I'm pretty sure you're still subscribed to them, or you really like. Um, I mean, you can't deny this though. You still subscribe regardless, Wussy. Fucking hell. I mean, if I go to that fucking subscriptions list now, then it's gone. But I mean, you were. I mean, I believe I watched it like 2 days ago, and they were still on your list. So you're a fucking liar. You're full of shit. Well, it's a pretty self-explanatory vinyl, so it's not really that special, I think. I mean, granted, it might be an original mix though, because the cover is grey. I really wish it was yellow, because yellow and kind of like wine red. I really like the Doors color, so I'm kind of disappointed. I was kind of smelling. Oh my fucking head still smell like cat piss. Shit. Yeah. Sub again. I didn't put them on the list. Yeah, Alex, be dumb. Fucking on. I mean, we can listen to some Muse if you like, though. I can give them another shot, and maybe I'm like, oh, Muse is the best band ever, but I highly doubt I will ever like Muse. But you can request a Muse song, and I can listen to it and kind of shit on it on the stream. Yeah, I think that will be fun. I can do that for sure. Request a Muse song, and I will listen to it. And maybe I don't think it's fucking garbage. I mean, granted, still that whole fucking the second Law album, fucking awful album, by the way. I fucking hate that album with Madness and that dubstep song on it. Fuck that album. Fucking awful record. I mean, that's the shittiest Muse album ever, but I mean, all their albums are kind of shit, especially that one, though. Especially the fucking, like their sixth album or something, I believe. Their fifth or sixth album. Weird cover. Yeah, it looks like a fucking dust cleaner or something. It kind of looks like that. I'm kind of like, I like the colors though, but I'm kind of like, why is that a cover for a record? You know, it's such a weird cover. But I mean, granted, this is a weird cover if you really look into it, though. But this is a dope ass record, dope ass band, dope ass record by dope ass band. So that's gotta be it, honestly. Not every. Did you listen to Drones? Drones is so boring. I listened to some of it though. It bored the shit out of me. It's so lifeless. It's so uninspired. It's such a boring album. It's literally called Drones. It almost has boring in the name. Fucking hell. Hold on. That recent album. Yeah, that recent album cover is really gay. I mean, it's literally like kind of like a Back to the Future kind of like a throwback album. Oh, look at this 80s synth music. It's dope as shit. No, it isn't music. You fucking suck. Um, I mean, granted, something that I can think about, video games are like GTA 5 City that did that. That had like an 80s vibe to it, kind of like an 80s throwback vibe. And I mean, they pulled it off great. They have great music. That soundtrack is pretty good. It destroys anything news related to me at least. And you have the video game Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I believe that was also 80s influenced. And I mean, maybe music influenced by Far Cry and GTA. I don't know, but I mean, those video games did it before that band did it, and it's kind of sad that video games can do your job better as musicians than a band can. Like it's kind of sad, but that's the quality of Muse, I suppose. Muse was never a good band in my eyes. So there you go. Um, I know their discography. I don't dislike them. You don't like them anymore because of my distaste for them. Otherwise, you would have still liked them. I mean, that's fucking true, though. I mean, let's be honest here. By the way, well, no, I'm gonna say that no one cares. I think I put my record in the wrong way. Ominous is the only guy who dislikes them, so I mean, who other than me dislikes them? You mean from the channel? I mean, granted, Phantom disliked them too. He said that lame ass pussy band, Muse, because I believe I reacted to them in a stream once, and Phantom was like, um, "Well, that's gay to put Muse on a list like that." He was like, "Yeah, they're not worthy of a list because they're literally like a Radiohead ripoff band." So he said something like that. So Phantom dislikes them too. I'm pretty sure if nobody was still a fan, he he dislikes them, so I'm pretty sure Strato is not a fan either because he's like, I mean, everyone just like keeps sucking my ass because they're like, oh, Ominous is right. He has the right opinions. He's never wrong. And I mean, I can't blame them though. So there you go. So I think 3 or 4 people on this channel that I can think of right now dislike Muse mainly because it's my mindset, and most people follow my mindset because I'm always right, right, right. I made a joke before. I think. Oh well, I actually did put it. I did put it in the right way. That's what she said. But I mean, granted, there are so many better bands in the world than Muse. I mean, my girl, my queen, Kate Bush. Mother of the World, Triptychon, Opeth, Pink Floyd, Tool, Porcupine Tree, Dream Theater, Twice. Yeah, Def right above me. I mean, there's so many better bands in the world. If you just want like a good old rock band, The Doors. If you want a good solo act, Nick Drake. What else? If you want a good prog band, Rush, Pink Floyd, Tool, Opeth. I mean, there's so many better bands in the world than Muse. If you want a good alternative band, Nine Inch Nails, At the Drive-In, Mars Volta, maybe. I don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, there are just so many better bands in the world. Radio, the band that they trying to rip off. Radiohead is a good example as well. So it's not like Muse is the worst band ever, but there are so many better bands out there than Muse. I don't think I have to say that, but it's kind of it, honestly. Alice in Chains is on that wall as well, right? Are they? I don't think they are. Oh yeah, listen to Mastodon, Iron Maiden, Porcupine Tree, Agalog, Soundgarden. Alice in Chains is not on the wall right now. No, they are not on the wall. Nope. They are not there, but Alice in Chains destroys Muse as well. So there you go. That's kind of it, honestly. So yeah, I have no topics. Oh well, we can look at like CKN's top 50 list. I mean, I can link it in the chat though, and we can like criticize and shit. So we can do that for sure, without a doubt. We can do that and look at that phones, or I can look at that phones, and then I can fucking link them. I'm not sure if I link it right now. If you guys can see my how would you call it? My account. I'm not sure, so I'm probably gonna log out. I might sound like a fucking retard, but I'm gonna log out just to be sure, because otherwise I might link my fucking account, which has my full name and shit like that. So yeah, I don't want that, because like Alex, if he has a Facebook, like people can still bother me, but no one cares about me, so doesn't matter. Oh, I'll fucking log in again. I'm a fucking dumbass. YouTube. I mean, granted, I do like CKN's tool shirt right there. He has a good tool shirt. I was looking for a really ridiculous CKN cover, but I was like, I have respect for Mark. I like him. I watch his content for a long time. Let's not make him look like a fool, because he already kind of does that. So there you go. I mean, he has 20,000 views right now on that fucking on that favors list video. Yeah, I was like, am I gonna listen to that music? But yeah, let's not do that. Let's not listen to it. But I've already listened to most of it though, so there you go. Of all people to come here, Mirdax was the last person I thought of other than Dylan. I'm not even sure if Dylan can comment on this though. I highly doubt it. I believe that Dylan can comment again, because I don't think I unbanned him, but he made a new account, so he can comment again. Fucking hell. I'm not even sure if nobody can still comment on here, because I did ban him for like 10 minutes, and then I unbanned him again because Alex deleted his comments about me. So I'm gonna look for that, because I'm not sure. Like, I think nobody kind of hates me right now because I banned him for like a minute. But I mean, he suggested it himself. He was like, if you don't like what I'm saying, just ban me, and I did that. So there you go. So I'm not really sure if he can still comment on this though. But I mean, he is kind of a toxic fuck, I must say. But I mean, the more the merrier, you know. Even if you're like a disgusting piece of shit, it's still fun to have someone in there, you know. But most people that are toxic and shit like that, I usually ban you. But I don't know, it can be fun for a stream once. But if you're gonna comment that on every video I make, then yeah, go fuck yourself. Dylan said something on the lines of join my hangouts. Something. That was the whole thing. Pretty sure that was the whole thing. I passed it and he's like, yeah, I have hip hop on there, boy. Yeah, I fucking wish. I wish he had a diverse list. I'm probably gonna like rank his bands that he has on there, or even the albums to a certain degree. Desperate. Yeah, you trying to appeal to my taste. By the way, let's fucking look if Aquilus announced a fucking new album. That was probably not the smartest thing for me to do, to spoil one of my bands, you know. But what I mean with that, Aquilus is a. It sounds god like godlike in a way. It sounds like a really strong name in my opinion. Aquilus is a black metal band. They are pretty obscure, or he is pretty obscure. There's like one guy in the band that's called Waldorf. He is kind of like Vark Vikernes, but he doesn't have like a really cringy synth. How the fuck do you say that? He doesn't have like those cringy synths in the back, that ambient shit. He has symphonics though, and I really love his symphonic works, and his screams are fucking awesome. So Aquilus is a great band. I love them. They are way better than fucking Muse. I mean, granted, I want more Aquilus albums because that guy fucking rules. But he only has one album out right now. But I fucking love that album. It's called Grisius. I think that's how you pronounce it. It sounds like Greece. It's all Greek to me. Oh my god. Whenever I was a fan. Yeah, that is one in a million. It's all Greek to me. Nice. Like I mean, say what you want to say about that song, about that lyric specifically. It does stick on my head though. It's a racist ass song, but it does stick with me though. It does stick the landing, as in memorability, but as in aging well, it's kind of crashed. If you know what I mean, metaphorically. But the band itself crashed too. So there you go. All the more appropriate. The band name sounds like a little of a foreign poem. I mean, it is a great album though. And does Aquilus have a new album out? I don't think he has. Like he's been working on these two albums for like 8 years right now, almost 9 this year. So um, I want to keep him on my list because that one album is so good. But I want more shit. Like granted, I've been waiting for 8 years because I just discovered them, but I really hope they come out soon though, because he doesn't really like update his Facebook. He like Metal Storm doesn't say anything. Um, like the latest news is Waldorf fucking shares new album update, and that was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So I'm kind of skeptical if the album ever will come out, and you know if it comes out, you know I don't hope it's gonna become another fear inoculum though. Like fucking hell, get the fuck out of there. Yeah, I don't think he has like a new. I don't think he has a new update or something. Like his last update on Facebook was what was the thing again? The last update on Facebook he had was um like listen to this really obscure band, and that was I believe December 4th, so it's already a while ago. Aren't there two albums that are being worked on? This is the vaguest fucking I mean, let's see if someone will get this. No one will get that. If you know what I mean with those two comments, you fucking rule. You are awesome, but no one gets it except for me, so I'm awesome. That's flawless logic right there. So, it is indeed a day of darkness. I mean, let's be honest here. So let's look at this fucking. Let's look at this top 50. I don't think anyone got that. So he does this. He does this like, oh, $5 bill, y'all. Limp Bizkit is a great band. Might get some Limp Bizkit vinyl. That's the Dutch pronunciation. I'm not even sure why I said that because it sounds like shit. Number 50 is. I was so shit faced by this first decision he had. The first album he has is I was told The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here by Alice in Chains. And I'm like, it's a good album. It might be my favorite of the modern day Alice in Chains albums from the three that we have right now. Granted, Rainier Fog is awful. That album sounds like fucking ass. So Alice in Chains fell off too. Tool fell off. All my favorite bands fall off. Opeth is not really that interesting anymore. I thought that Sorcerers was a great album. I really like Sorcerers, but no one else agrees with me on that. I haven't really like invested much time in Incauda Vernum. It doesn't really do anything for me. I like the cover though. All of Opeth's covers are pretty. Isn't the Day of Darkness by Suffocation? It could be. Not that familiar with their discography. Like the only album I really like. I could name off the top of my head. Oh well, they have a self-titled album, I'm pretty sure, and they have Pierce from Within, which is a good death metal album. It's not really my kind of death metal because it's a bit too Cannibal Corpse esque. Suffocation and Cannibal Corpse are good bands, but the problem with them is that they pretty much pioneered deathcore, and I fucking despise deathcore. So I kind of despise Cannibal Corpse and Suffocation for that matter. But I mean, granted, those are good bands, but they kind of created the worst thing ever. But you know, I can also say it about Rage Against the Machine with new metal. But I mean, granted, I think they're a great band, but they still influence a lot of shit. You know, Alice in Chains, they're pretty much the grunge pioneers out there, but they influence a lot of post grunge, which I fucking hate. So, um, I guess you can say that about all of those bands, but I don't know. Cannibal Corpse and Suffocation, they never really like spoke to me that much because they're a bit too, you know, they're a bit too formulaic, a bit too one tone for my taste, a bit too one note. I don't know. They don't really vibe with me. They are a bit too cookie cutter death metal. You know, it's a bit too basic for my taste. Core stuff is abysmal. I like some metalcore. Jane Doe classic review. I mean, granted, I'm not the biggest Converge fan, but I mean, granted, Converge is a great band, though. I can't really deny them. I'm mainly not really into the type of music they make. They make kind of like hardcore punk, kind of straight edge metalcore music, mathcore to a certain degree. So Converge is a good band, but they were never my favorite because they're a bit too punk oriented for me. They're a bit too noisy punk music. But I mean, Jane Doe's a dope ass record. Though. I can't really deny good music. You know, music. Um, so I mean, the Death But Dancers there is not a bad album, but I was like your 50th favorite album ever. No, you're half-assing this thing. It's a good album, but 50th favorite album ever. No, that's bullshit. Number 49 is, I believe, Watain. Yeah, I believe Watain was number 49. Granted, it's kind of the same thing with Alice in Chains. It's a good album, but your 49th favorite album. I mean, I can see that though. Lawless Darkness is good, but I was never really that impressed with Watain. It just sounds solid to me, but they never sounded amazing to me either. You know, if you listen to a band like Aquilus and you go back to Watain, it's not the same. I'm like Aquilus, fucking amazing, fucking Grisius, like Smokefall, Latent Thistle, Nihil. If you hear those fucking riffs, oh my, it's so good. It's such a good album. Fucking hell, it fucking destroys Muse in every fucking way. Um, I'm like, it's so fucking good. Give me more of this shit, please. But of course, the bands I like have like an eternal wait session in them, and I mean, Watain keeps pumping it out. And I mean, granted, Watain is a good band, but I was never like, wow, this is amazing. I was not like, I like the production. It's kind of like crispy sounding. They have a good production going on for a black metal band, especially. Especially for a black metal band. I kind of phrased it weird. Sorry for that. Yeah, so that's kind of it, honestly. That's kind of the whole gist of it. So, yeah, there you go. Number 48. I believe it doesn't really go on to these albums too long. This is an interesting, though. This is an interesting pick right here. I mean, Lawless Darkness was interesting too, so there you go. All good albums so far, by the way. At least I think. Number 48 is a band called Allens, and it's how? What is the title? Wheels Devouring Age. What the fuck does that say? Winds Devouring Men. It's kind of a gay title to be honest, but I mean, I don't know, man. It could be a it could be a good album. I listened to a little bit of Ellen because I really needed that last band. Still kind of do. But I mean, no, none of you fuckers are gonna request anything good. So there you go. or anything worth my time. That is, I mean, Watain is good, but not amazing. I think so. There you go. So Elland is good, but I'm gonna be honest here. I kind of hate that name to be honest, and I'm kind of too impatient to listen to new classical dark wave music. Granted, it is something else other than progressive metal because I love progressive metal. It's arguably one of my favorite genres, but like most of the shit out there today is so fucking generic and so lifeless to me. It's so uninspired. Like everyone wants to be Dream Theater, a Fates Warning, and Devin Townsend Project, and I'm just kind of like those acts are already out there. You know, let them be them, and do something a bit varied with the genre. I mean, granted, there are some bands out there that do that now. Like, I believe Dissolution has a comeback right now, and Wild Run. Wild Run is like, they're called like the best band of the year or the decade or something. And I'm like, I'm not really hearing it per se, but they are good though. They are a good band, but kind of like Lepers in a way. But by the way, what the fuck is that album cover? It's such a fucking shitty album cover from a Wild Run. That last album, I like the background. The background's pretty, like just like a grass field. But what the fuck is that flower pot in between? Like what the fuck is that? I don't know. Yeah. But by the way, there's this one like bossy female at my work that has like a fucking flower pot right now in one of the spaces where we put like um how do you say that, like buffet, we put buffet, um how the fuck do you say that, we put like buffet dishes in there, as in the pots that keep them warm. We put buffet pots in there, or I have to do that because no one else does it because everyone is a piece of shit rather. So I do that, and I put this round fucking bowl in there, and I mean I needed a big space for that bowl because it was a big ass bowl. But then I saw that one of the spaces, like one of the big spaces where the thing fits in, that was taken by the fucking flower pot. So I was like, why is this bitch putting fucking flowers in that case right there? I need to lose this buffet pot. I need to lose it because yeah, I mean I can't put it on like in the middle of the ground because then people are gonna like fall over it and then they're gonna blame me, which is essentially the truth. But I mean it's essentially my fault. But if no one keeps space for me, I can't fucking put away the thing. But no one thinks about others there because everyone fucking sucks right there. Um, yeah, so that's like a fucking personal pet peeve of mine. Really annoying that like the the woman of the boss puts fucking flowers at random places that no one gives a shit about because no one is like, oh, we're gonna water the plant, we're gonna do this and that. I'm just like, bitch, put the fucking flower outside where all the other flowers are. Why does that thing have to be inside? It's such an unconventional plan. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like that's all that she does right there. She just like puts some flowers at random places. She creates more garbage for me to throw away. She puts the fucking thing in the garbage and I have to fucking take it out again. It's so fucking annoying. It's like you're only creating more garbage for me, and you're only like putting more flowers in the restaurant that no one gives a fuck about because everyone there just cares about the food, and that's kind of it, honestly. So you literally serve no purpose here. Get the fuck out of here, like leech off of the fucking boss. I don't hate her. I do like her. She did talk to me, I believe, yesterday. So she is nice. She's a nice woman, but like her and her flowers, get the fuck out of here. The fucking flowers are bullshit, my dude. Like I don't hate flowers, but don't put them at places I have to work. Don't put them in the way for me. I fucking hate that. It's people not using a spacebar to pause the video. To pause a video. It's like, what? I'm not sure if it's like work related, but I'm not gonna talk about more work because that was just kind of a pet peeve of mine. I have a lot of pet peeves at work, so there you go. So Ellen sounds like ass, I think. The name. It kind of reminds me of Ellen DeGeneres. It's kind of a fuck all name, so fuck that name. Granted, I do like Ellen though. I do like their music. They are unique sounding, so they do deserve a spot on the place though, because they are a pretty unique band. But they are kind of patience testing though, because their music is kind of slow and long-winded. So it's kind of like an acquired taste to a certain degree. But I mean, if you do love some dark ambient shit, then go for it, I guess. Next one is Ulver. I was never a huge Ulver fan. Granted, there's another band later down the road where this band, I believe, spawned from. Arcturus is, Arcturus is a great band. I love them. So they are spawned from Arcturus, and I'm like, oh, that band sounds great. Give me more like that. And Ulver, they're kind of more like a black metal band, early at least. I mean, I love their album covers though. Their album covers are great. I'm not really sure what all their titles say because I believe their titles are in Norway. How do you fucking say that? Norse, maybe? Nice downfall reference. Thanks. I was still looking if I still banned you or something, but apparently not because you're in here now. I'm probably not gonna stream for very long because I'm probably gonna eat in like 15 minutes. So there you go. But yeah, that was indeed a downfall reference. I don't know if you even realize it, but there you go. So I mean that Over album is good. Oh yeah. By the way, here's the top 50 albums list. It's kind of ass to be honest. It's kind of ass. It kind of sucks, but I mean it could have been worse. It could have been an ARTV list. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's like he chose the only album that is like pronounceable, but I'm still not really into it. I'm kind of iffy on Over. They're a good band though, but they're kind of black metal. And I mean, granted, Aquilus is still better. It's still better black metal. Ulver is better than Watain, but Aquilus is better than Ulver, though. So what I'm saying here is Aquilus release a new fucking album. I want more music. His next pick is Redemption. Yeah, I believe Redemption is the next one. Yeah, I did listen to that album for a bit. I do like their name, and I do like the album cover with the girl trying to fish. And I believe a hole that is in flames, I believe. And he has in flames on there too, so there you go. I'm kind of iffy on how the band sounds to me. They sound really generic, but I do like their name and their covers are kind of iffy for me. But I mean, the cover that he chose is good. I like that cover with the icy path and the girl trying to fish for a fish, but the hole's on fire. That is kind of funny. Hurl wordy to me. What the fuck does hurl mean? Fucking throw up. Fucking barf sounds. Hurl isn't that like throwing over? I don't know. So his next pick is Redemption is okay, but they are a bit too uninspired for Matthäus, but there you go. His next pick is Mastodon, their best album too, Crack the Sky. That's a dope ass record. I approve. That's my favorite Mastodon album too. So yeah, that's a dope pick. His next pick is Isan though. Like I mean, granted, I do like Isan, and yeah, the album is called After. I mean, I do like him, but I would not say it's top 50 all time though. But it is a good album though. I would just put Emperor on the list, but he has Emperor on there too. So he's a big Isan fan because he has Isan solo career and Emperor on there. So yeah, he's an Isan fan. Putting In Flames on that all-time list made me feel like throwing up. That's what Hurl means, throwing up. You're overreacting, hissy fuck. I mean, granted, Oracle and the Jester Race are pretty much the best albums though, but I'm still not really into In Flames because I just don't care for Gothenburg metal. It's like melodic death metal, but something about Gothenburg just doesn't speak to me. It just all sounds the same, or just not interesting to me. I don't know. But I mean, Oracle and Jester's Race, those are good albums though. But I mean, In Flames is top 50 worthy though. They are in the discussion, but um, I would not really shit on them though. I don't really care for them, but whatever. And those albums were alright, but I hate everything else. Fair enough. I do like In Flames though, but I'm like not that big of an In Flames fan that I will defend their later stuff. But I mean, In Flames is good in my book. They are a good band, but they're just not really my type of band. You know, I just don't care for good Gothenburg metal like In Flames, At the Gates, Dark Tranquility. I just don't really care for the Gothenburg sound. I don't know. I don't care. So that Eastern album is alright, but I mean, just have Emperor on there. It's kind of the same shit. I mean, come on now. In Flames Oracle, kind of a funny title though, Horricle, and there's like a whore on the title. Really cool album cover though. I do really like the album cover. It's pretty dope. I don't know. I might get into In Flames though, but I highly doubt I will like really get into them because I don't know, man. It's Gothenburg. I don't really care. Whatever. Dark Fortress, it's okay, but it's just like a little weaker than Watain though. That's kind of it, honestly. So meh. Next album is the Todd Industry. I'm not even sure the album is called, but it's like their only good album cover. Go to like Rage Your Music or Metal Storm and look up Todd Industry. Like their name is kind of gimmicky, like you know, it's Todd Industry as in thinking wise. So that's a cool name, right? But I mean, I always think, you know, when I say Todd, I think of tots, as in skank women, you know, skanky bitches and shit like that. So their name is kind of like it looks pretty, but it sounds kind of shit. You know, it's almost there. And I mean, their album covers are fucking awful though. Like, look at their debut album cover, I believe, or their most popular album, where there's like a sack of shit, like standing on a pole, and there's like a kid's head pulling out of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this atrocity? Why is this on the cover? Why do people want to own this? No one wants to own it, but CKN is a big fan, so yeah. I mean, they look fucking awful though, but it might be a good band. I don't know. I mean, granted, the album that he chose, that's their only good album cover. So there you go. That's a nice winter cover right there. But besides that, it fucking sucks. Disgusting, exactly. Disgusting. Fucking flush it down the toilet. His next one is Enslaved. Axioma Etica Odini. That's definitely their best album, I would say. He wears a shirt of that cover. I mean, granted, I would not wear a shirt of that album because it looks like an old bald man. I'm like, why do you want George Zimmerman on your fucking shirt? Is a guy called George? You know, the guy from I'm pretty sure he's not called Zimmerman, but the George Winston maybe the fat guy from Seinfeld. That guy, I believe it's George Winston, right? I don't know, something between those lines. I don't think it's Zimmerman though. Fuck no. I'm just putting it out of my ass. Good album. My favorite enslaved album at the moment. I do fuck with Axio. I can't even pronounce it. Axio. I do fuck with Axioma. It's dope. It's a dope ass record. But it's kind of weird though because he has E on there. He has E or he has Exomia on his favorites list. But he called E their best album in the Rank 'em All Enslaved video. So I'm kind of like, what is this? What? You prefer E? E is their best album, but Axomia is on your list. Oh wait. Yeah, I believe he said that he had like an own personal rule where albums couldn't be like um, you know, they couldn't be newer than 2014. If they were newer than 2014, they couldn't be on the list. And I believe E was from 2017. Oh well, yeah, that makes sense now because Exomia is from 2010, and that album is eligible. So makes sense, makes sense. I still disagree though with E being their best album, but it is a good album though. It is a pretty dope record. But I will not say their recent album is their best album though. Granted, it is good though, but not number one, mate. Maybe in the top five, but I don't know. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pink Floyd Animals. Yeah, right there. Good album. Dope album. One of my favorite albums. So I highly agree with that. I'm not even sure. I believe it's like in the 40 range. I'm like, it needs to be way higher, but it's still on there regardless. Yeah, and then he has Testament and Stone Temple Pilots on there. I'm like, Testament and Stone Temple Pilots are good, but they're not better than Pink Floyd. Really, Mark? You really like half-assed this list, in my opinion, at least. So there you go. So that's some poor taste on his behalf, though. But I mean, if he likes it, then whatever. It's good. But I would not call it better than Pink Floyd Animals, though. Like Testament and Stone Temple Pilots, like hell no. Wolverine is generic prog metal, really boring band, lifeless as hell, not worthy of a favors mention, for me at least. And I mean above Pink Floyd, like fuck no. Fuck. Like I'm just gonna compare every band to Pink Floyd right now. Soundgarden with Super Unknown, dope ass record, one of the best alternative albums I've ever heard. Amazing record. You could have picked Bad Motorfinger too. He couldn't choose an album in the ranked video, but he did choose Super Unknown for this list though. So he did make up his mind eventually. So there you go. Push Monkey is on the list. That's already too high. I listened to like one of their songs that was called something with left wheeled gun or something. I don't know, but it goes like the motor, but in the motor. I was like, why does Mark like this? This sounds fucking awful. In the motor. Like the tone, his phrasing on the lyrics were fucking awful. I hate how he sounds. Like that, like I listened to some of their songs. I believe I listened to maybe Bored Me. Or I'm not even sure if it was called Maybe. I might confuse that with Green Carnation, a way better band. Which he did not have on his list. Well, like what the fuck, Mark? Why was that not on your list? It's so hard for me to choose between Super Unknown and Bad Motorfinger. Push Monkey sounded like a pop punk band to me. Yeah, kind of. They kind of sound like a shitty pop punk band, vocally speaking. Yeah, kind of. They're more like an alternative hard rock band to a certain degree. Which is good though, but their vocals are kind of pop punk sounding in a way. So they kind of are bowling for soup to a certain degree. Still kind of shitty regardless. I don't like Push Monkey. Super Unknown, great album. Oh well, yeah. Here, Operation Mindcrime, classic. Should be higher though. I'm not even sure. what ranking this is, but Operation Mindcrime, dope ass records. One of my favorite albums of all time. Certainly agree with that. Carcass, Surgical Steel. It's a good album, but it's like literally their worst album. Necroticism, however you want to say that album, Hard Work, and even Swan Song to a certain degree, which might be my personal favorite Carcass album. I think all those albums are way better than Surgical Steel. Granted, Surgical Steel is still a dope record, but I don't know. I prefer their 90s shit, so there you go. I'm kind of a fake Carcass fan because I'm not a huge fan of their grindcore shit. They're like first to all of it. It's definitely my favorite grindcore stuff out there, but I'm still not really into it though. So whatever, maybe later down the road. But I just don't really care for grindcore. But Carcass is definitely the closest thing to grindcore I will ever like. So do with what you will. Next one is Pain of Salvation, The Perfect Element, Part One. I believe it's called Part One, but there never came a Part Two. I believe they did do that road salt thing with Part One and Two. Pain of Salvation is a great progressive metal band. They are not really generic progressive metal, I would say. They are really atmospheric. I really love their the atmospheric tone and kind of like their whole setup and way, their tone, their sound. I really like. They have a really like atmospheric, interesting take on progressive metal, which I really fuck with. So, Pain of Salvation, dope ass band. I'll fuck happy with that band. Really great. I love the colors on the Perfect Element too. Though I love the kind of like brown orange kind of background with the city. I believe it's a city with the really pretty text, the white text on there, with the kids on the cover looking kind of dorky in a way, kind of adorable. So I do fuck with it. I mean, if you ask me, I prefer having kids on a cover rather than old people. Never put an old person on your fucking cover. It looks fucking awful. Don't ever do it. There's a band out there called In the Woods. Pretty good avant-garde metal stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of their production. In the Woods is a good band that formed a band that I do really love called. I'm gonna rephrase the word, but um, yeah, it's kind of like a trilogy band for me, and I really care for the tail ends of both bands, but I don't really care for the middle band. I'm gonna explain. Emperor had a band member called T-Chord, and T-Chord is arguably the most underrated member of that band. Isan is the most well established in arguably a whole black in the whole black metal genre, pretty much. So T-Chord, I think that's how you say his name. That's how I like to say his name. T-Chord was in that band. I believe he was the bassist, maybe. I don't know. I believe he was the bassist, and he would form a band called In the Woods. Granted, I do like In the Woods though. Their first album was pretty much like a black metal release, which I did really like at first listen. And then they dropped a record called Omnio, and that record is really like weird. It's avant-garde metal. It's kind of like Arcturus in a way, but just kind of shittier. And I do really like how unique and original In the Woods is, but I hate their production. Their production is fucking awful. So maybe if they like remixed Omnio, maybe I would really like it. But how that album sounds right now, it sounds kind of trash. So touch it, if you will or not. I do like it though. Omnio is a good record. I love the cover though. It's like a yellow rice field with a really nice kind of gold filter on top of it. I really like the cover, but the songs kind of sound like shit. So there you go. In the Woods is a good band though. I do like that band. Then they did a '99 album called Sound in Stereo or something, which has a really weird cover, kind of like a female doll. Kind of weird, but I don't know. I've listened to some of it, but I don't know. Maybe it's better than Omnio. Maybe it's better than the first album, which is basically a black metal album. So then they split. They just disbanded the band because they weren't really interested in doing In the Woods right now. So they formed this band, which I really fuck with, which is called Green Carnation. I fuck with Green Carnation heavy, great band. They did a couple of records, which I might spoil on my favorites list. Really dope band. They are really obscure. Check them out if you will. I'm not gonna spoil any of their album titles because that's still something that Alex has to guess though, but he might have heard me say their name, so do whatever you will. But I was talking about Green Carnation because they have a song called Maybe, which I love, which is from their acoustic album, their last album to this day right now to date. It was released in 2005. So they released that, and I was thinking, Bush Monkey has a song called Maybe, but I believe Green Carnation has a song as well called Maybe with a question mark behind it. So I might have confused that Bush Monkey song for a Green Carnation song. That could have been the case though, but I mean just listen to Green Carnation. They are fucking awesome. Why did they not make it on the list? I don't know. They could have easily made the list. I was like, they're gonna be on the list easy because Mark loves that band. Mark loves that particular album by them. But they were not on there. Well, what the fuck, Mark? Like you really half-assed the thing. That band could have been on there. What else? Aquilus could have been on the list. Some more stuff that I'm not gonna spoil because I don't want to spoil like all of my favorite bands. So there you go. But that's definitely one of them. Pain of Salvation. And then he has Agalog, Ashes Against the Grain, which is an amazing album. One of my I might get into Green Incarnation. I think I just spoiled my reference from earlier. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have that fucking Green Carnation band on your list right now because I was like, holy shit, this band is awesome. So you're probably gonna put them on there. Oh yeah, by the way, In the Woods, yeah. I was talking about In the Woods because they have an awful album cover with like an old man on the cover. So um, I was gonna guess them. You weren't. You weren't. Uh-huh. Nuh-uh. Actually Against the Grain, amazing album. Fucking great album. One of my favorite albums ever. I think it's way better than The Mental though, in my opinion. Because he was saying it's kind of a tie for me, The Mental or Ashes Against the Grain. But I mean I fuck with Ashes Against the Grain so much more than I do with The Mental. It's not suffocation. Let's continue. Actually, Against the Grain, amazing album. One of the best albums ever made, in my opinion. Fucking awesome. Then he has Porcupine Tree with Voice 34. I do like that album though. Yeah, I definitely just spoiled one of my favorite albums right there. I think you might have found that on Metal Storm. It's like really high up in the rankings. It's next to Merciful Fate, another awesome band. I'm like spoiling all of my favorite bands. I'm like, here, I have another one. Whatever, man, whatever. I still have like 20 bands that you don't know, so whatever. Here, have another one, and another one. Here's another great band. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. Found them on Metal Archives. Um, how? You just searched random or what? How the fuck do you find bands like that on Metal Archives? I find all like my great bands on Metal Storm. That's how Mark most likely did it as well. Like fucking Metal Storm. Like all of his favorite bands are on there, so do whatever you will. I mean, I don't blame him though. Metal Storm is a great site, so I don't really blame him for that. Fucking love Metal Storm. I mean that name too. Fucking Metal Storm. Fucking great name. Voice 34. I don't think it's that good though. Like I do kind of agree with Mark Portner in that one interview though. Like how do you say it again? Fucking no. Like you do kind of have to be on acid to enjoy that album. I do kind of agree with that though. But it is a great album though. I do fuck with it pretty heavy. But like 29th favorite album or something. Like what the fuck? Yeah, I get that, but how do you find bands like that on there? I only get obscure as shitty demo bands from there. So there you go. Voice 34, dope record. I really like. I mean, granted, it's pork material, so I will. I like everything they've ever made, so of course I like it. But it's not my favorite from them. But it is good though. But I would not put it on a top 50s list though, without a fucking doubt. Maybe in the future though, but I highly doubt it. Creator Phantom Antichrist. It's kind of like girlfriend thrash metal. I'm kind of sad though that Sodom didn't make it. It's like the Teutonic Four of thrash metal, I believe, are Sodom, Creator, Destruction, and one other band that no one gives a fuck about. Like one, like they are the Anthrax of the big four, but Anthrax is a great band, I think, but like no one likes that fourth band of the Teutonic trash, German trash metal. Like no one likes that fourth band. I'm not sure how they call it. Like most people, like me, only care about Creator and Sodom. Those are fucking dope bands, but I don't really care for Destruction and that other band though. Like Destruction is good, but it kind of went to shit really early on. So there you go. Sodom and Creator are still fucking awesome today. So there you go. Their material has aged like a fine wine to me, at least. Like not all of it though, like their 90s shit, but I mean, beside that, they're fucking flawless though, flawless thrash metal. I went through many pages of the site. You don't get it through your thick fucking skull. I'm not asking that you went like how many pages did you went through. On what page did you find them? Is what I'm asking, dense motherfucker. That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking how many pages did you went through. I'm asking on what page did you find them. I'm curious about that because if that page contains good shit like that, I can go through that metal archives list and I can find more good shit from there. Because I'm like, yeah, if you can find Aquilus and Green Carnation on a list like that, holy shit, give me that list. I want more Green Carnation Aquilus material, or I want more bands like that. I want more Aquilus material I don't necessarily need more Green Carnation in my life though. Like not necessarily. Like granted, their debut is good, but it's kind of like you know it was experimenting with the long song idea, and then they just made one fucking song with Light of Day, Day of Darkness. Awesome fucking song. Awesome fucking song. That's one song that they did, but I'm kind of like Metal Archives, aka When Hipsters Dwell. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I do fuck with Metal Archives though. Metal Archives is pretty dope. Metal Store, Metal Archives, dope sites. Granted though, like that's definitely their best song if it can call it a song. It's one song on an album, so I guess it technically is a song, a song. It technically is a song. It's kind of like that one Phase Warning album where they did just one song, and it's kind of like Dope Smoker by Sleep. It's just one 60-minute song. Granted, it's fucking awesome, but that's Hot Topic and or coffee shops. Yeah. I mean, you can also say that about Metal Archives, but I do respect the philosophy on there. They don't have Korn, Slipknot, System of a Down, all these like fake ass metal bands. They don't have that. They don't have Rage Against the Machine, but I mean, you could put Rage on a list like that, but I mean, most people would consider that alternative rock. You know, Tool more considered alternative metal, arguably alternative rock, progressive rock in a way. So you know, there you go. Hot Topic is too popular for hipsters. That's what hipsters say. Alex, on what page did you find them? Answer me. I really want to know this because I'm just too impatient to wait for fucking Aquilus to release something. And you know, then I'm like, I have this fucking 4 album minimum mentality where a band needs to have 4 albums for me to qualify them for the list. Otherwise I don't have enough material to work with. And Aquilus only has 1 album out right now, and he's gonna release two soon, he says. But Um, you know, I mean, how long is it gonna take? I mean, I'm like, well, he might release a new album this year, and he might release a new album next year. So that's the thing, you know, they might be yin and yang to each other, like one really soft album and one really heavy one, something like that. I don't know, but even then, I still need 1 album. So he needs to release like a live album or like a compilation of his demo discs or something. Like Aquilus, do something at least. Do fucking something. Release something. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like I'm kind of like I love this fucking band. Aquilus is an amazing band. I think amazing album at least. Grisius. But I'm kind of like I don't want to like spam, you know, I don't want to spam anyone, but I don't really want to like oversay it and then that it happens and it's gonna fucking suck. I don't want a half-baked product, you know. I don't want, you know, a record like Fear Inoculum, like Tool, like literally just the same as their other albums, but just it goes on forever. I don't want Aquilus to go that route, but granted, his only album is already like 80 minutes long, and this one's gonna be 90 minutes long, so it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of it. Honestly, it's not that much of a difference. It's only a 10-minute difference. If it's gonna be 90 minutes, if it's gonna be 90 plus, no thanks. But that album is gonna be like a movie length fucking album. So fucking prepare your butt off for this record. Fucking hell. I'll go. I'll go to Green Incarnation page, but it's not gonna be clickable because I'm not the moderator. That's still not their name. It's not Green Incarnation. That's not what I said. I did not say in. It's Green Carnation. You fucking dumbass. I mean, how the fuck do you know Light of Day, Day of Darkness, but you don't know the proper band name? Um. Oh yeah. By the way, um, nobody can join the Hangouts right now because I was kind of mad at him for the whole troll debate. Don't get into that again. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm never in the mood for that. So don't start it again. But yeah, we were kind of discussing the whole trolling, the buckle and shit like that, like all that shit. And then he got banned off a CKN video again. Like 28 more to go or something. I was kind of mad at him, but then he came into the top 50 albums list again, and we were kind of like busting each other's balls again, and we were like, I think having fun. It seemed like a good vibe, so I'm kind of good with you again. You are unbanned again, so it's all good. Um, all those comments are gone though, like fucking Alex and my comments though, because I was not happy with how that conversation went over there. If you read those comments, oh boy, that was a lot of cringe in there. Fuck no. Let's continue with the list. Send it to me on the Hangouts, Alex. I really want to see that fucking link. I really want to see it. Creator, good. I would not go for Phantom Antichrist though, but that's a good album. Metallica, Ride the Lightning. I'm still kind of torn. I still don't know if Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets is my favorite. So I kind of have the Soundgarden mentality. I just kind of combine them on my favorites list. So Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets are my favorite albums by them. I can't really choose. Master of Puppets has the better production, but Ride the Lightning has the better songs. I kind of want like maybe a combined piece or something. I mean, granted, both of those albums are masterpieces though, but I don't know. I like the production more of Master of Puppets, but I like the songs more of Ride the Lightning. I'm like saying the same shit again, but yeah, that's kind of it honestly. I fucking love the production of Master of Puppets. But Master of Puppets has like one or two of the best Metallica songs ever, and the rest is just kind of like good. But the Ride the Lightning songs are better, so that's kind of it honestly. So I don't know. I'm still kind of torn between them. Ride the Lightning, good choice though. That's a good choice. Death, The Sound of Perseverance. Yeah, it is my favorite right now from the band. It's like on my favorites list because Symbolic wasn't available. Granted, I do love the songs on The Sound of Perseverance, but I think that The Sound of Perseverance kind of needs like a remaster or something. It's kind of like the In the Woods thing. Like the album is good, but the production is kind of shitty. It kind of sounds kind of bad in a way. So hopefully, Sound of Perseverance can like get a remaster or something because I'm not a huge fan of the cover. But I don't know, man. Could be. I would appreciate it. So let's see if it actually happens by Relapse someday. I don't know. I believe it already is remixed or remastered or something, but still sounds like shit to me. But I don't know. It is one of my favorite albums because it just sounds really like progressive and just it has those fucking songs, you know. It has those fucking songs. So I don't know. I can handle some shitty production though. At least if it's not like god awful, unlistenable, but it's not that bad. It's not like a Dark Throne record or something. Like it is at least produced, you know. Fucking hell, can't say that about Dark Throne. Next one is Mother Love Bone with Apple, and Alex said Mother Love Bone sounds amazing. I love Mother Love Bone. I never really got them to be honest. They are a one album wonder grunge band, and I don't really like their kind of like glam metal glam rock sound. I don't really care for it to be honest. Like they're kind of in the middle of sounding like a glam metal band and sounding like a grunge band. granted, I hate glam metal. Like the best thing that you got out of that whole scene is Twisted Sister. And granted, I'm not a huge Twisted Sister fan, but probably my favorite Twisted Sister moment, which is fucking awesome, by the way, is that how's it called again? I Wanna Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I Wanna Rock, but the SpongeBob SquarePants movie where SpongeBob plays the I Wanna Rock guitar solo. That is fucking awesome. That's one of the most rock and roll things I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, granted, anything else from them is kind of iffy for me. But that particular SpongeBob scene with that Twisted Sister song, hell the fuck yes. It might even be better than Sweet Victory or Band Geeks, that really like acclaimed episode. Like holy shit, that movie scene is fucking awesome. I fucking love that scene. That's easily my favorite scene from that movie, without a fucking doubt. So Apple by Mother Love Bone. I don't know. Meh. It kind of sounds like ass to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the production, but meh. It's just kind of okay to me. Like Alice in Chains Soundgarden just sound way better to me. So there you go. Even Pearl Jam to a certain degree, but I'm not a huge fan of Eddie Vedder's vocals, and I'm not a huge fan of how Andy Wood sounds. He kind of sounds like a junkie, which he was. Granted, he died because of the drugs, so he overdosed the shit out of it, though. He overdosed the hell out of whatever he did. The best hair metal thing for me is Kickstart My Heart. Yeah, thanks for ripping me off, bud. What an original comment. Yeah, that's my favorite moment too. No, that's not my favorite moment. The SpongeBob scene is my favorite glam metal moment. That is a glam metal song, without a doubt. I believe Twisted Sister is on Metal Archives. Do whatever you will. I highly doubt any other glam band is on there. I can't fucking burp. I can't fucking do it. Fuck me off. Apple. Oh, his next pick is Close to the Edge by Yes. Amazing band, amazing album. Classic. That's like his only unchanged album, I'm pretty sure. Or like, it feels to me unchanged. Like it didn't like go up or go down or something. So he literally just kept it on there. He should really talk more about Yes though. Yes is an awesome band. Fucking love Yes. Next band is I'm not sure how this album is called again, but it's Nay Oblivious Scars, which is a extreme progressive metal band, so kind of like Disillusion. Have you heard Twisted Sister at Alex? I don't know why at is in there, but there you go. Nay Oblivious Scars is kind of like boring to me. Meh. It's okay. I don't really mind the band, but they don't really sound aspiring to me. They don't sound inspiring to me. So there you go. Oh, speaking of uninspired garbage, Communic Visual Waves of Decay. I don't mind the composition that Communic has, but Communic is a progressive power metal band. They sound like really generic power metal to me. They kind of sound like a fucking breed of progressive metal with a power metal vibe to it all, with some thrash metal production. So they're kind of all over the place. And I have to say, I do like their progressive metal elements. I do like how long their songs are, but I hate their kind of literal trash production, and I kind of hate the fast-paced power metal core. So I kind of hate Communic, but. They were on this top 10 best albums of the 2000s. They were number 10. And Light of Day, Day of Darkness was number 9 on that album. But that didn't make the list. And fucking Visual Waves of Decay did make it. So, what the fuck? What the fuck, Mark? What the fuck? Why is that shit on there but not Light of Day? Like, what the fuck? Maybe he's tired of it now because it's just one song, so maybe that's the reason. Yeah, this band is fucking awful. Next band is Push Monkey with their self-titled album. The water, you know that song. And, yeah, sorry for the cringy moment. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. But the band sounded like fucking shit. I'm not sure how that song is called again. Something with left hand or something, like left hand wanker or whatever. Fucking awful. They just sound like an awful band, and when they don't sound awful, they just sound generic to me. So I don't care for Push Monkey, man. Why does he like that band so much? I've never heard the greatness in them. So there you go. Kind of boring, kind of a boring alternative band. Just kind of like uninspiring sounding, just not that special to me. This next band is fucking awesome though. This next band is called Acts of Sanity with their album Crimson. And I mean, granted, if you have something called Crimson, you're bound for greatness. King Crimson, Crimson the album. Oh shit, I'm kind of struggling already. What else is Crimson in there? Um, I'm struggling at like two bands. Fuck. I'm like struggling so hard right now. But if someone else has something out there called Crimson, then go for it, mate. I don't really recall it right now, but what a shit, exactly. But Edge of Sanity, awesome fucking band. One of the best death metal bands ever. Dan Swan is a fucking genius. If the band Death didn't exist, Edge of Sanity might be the greatest death metal band ever. I fucking love Edge of Sanity. Amazing band. One thing I will say about Crimson though, the cover's kind of shit to be honest. The fucking vague ass blue red, like what the fuck is that blue shit? Now it looks like a fucking negative pixelated photo or something, like fucking Fungus Among Us or some shit. But the quality is way better. That album destroys Fungus Among Us. The whole band essentially. It destroys Morning View, which is their best album. So Edge of Sanity, awesome band. Can recommend them enough. Crimson 2 is a dope ass album cover though, like the one with the breakout capsule and shit like that. That album cover looks fucking great, but I'm kind of iffy on the original one. But the songs are there, or the song. It's also one song, but it's split into 8 parts, I believe. Something like that. Dope ass record. Fucking love it. Dope ass record by dope ass band. Another great band, Arcturus, avant-garde metal band. Kind of like associated with Ulver, but I don't really care for Ulver. But Arcturus is great. The Shem Mirrors is one of the greatest albums ever, in my opinion. A fucking avant-garde metal masterpiece. I'm not sure if I prefer it over Modern of the Well though, but Arcturus is a dope ass band. Fucking check them out. The next one, amazing black metal, Dissection with Storm of the Light Bane. I believe I have a Dissection shirt right around here. So I bought the shirt because I thought the fucking cover looked dope. I'm not sure if I would really wear that publicly though, because it does look a bit too edgy in a way. It might offend some people, but why do I give a shit about that? I don't know. I don't want people to talk to me. So there you go. Not real black metal. I still consider it black metal, but that's subjective. But Storm of the Light Bane, amazing album. I'm not really into the production that much, but I fucking love the songs on all of their songs. Arguably, the Somberlane is really good too. Their debut album, and Rain Chaos, I believe their last album. So they're just a dope band. I think really really great. Love them. Mike lost them too though. He lost black metal and punk music. So and the Doors. So there you go. Next album is the Years of Visual Decay. I have to be honest here, I'm not really that much into Elimination. Elimination. I'm not really that much into that song, but I mean it is a dope album though. It might be my favorite. I might even pick a modern record by them because Ironbound on vinyl. I believe that's my only Overkill vinyl, but I do fucking love Overkill. Dope ass band. So that's a dope record. I do love it though. I might pick. I might choose Ironbound from my favorites list though, because he has fucking a Modern Creator album there. So not that it really matters, but that's kind of what I'm saying. He has that, so I do that too. Nevermore, Dreaming Neon Black, a fucking amazing title. Amazing band name. Nevermore sounds kind of theatrical in a way, really cool. Dreaming Neon Black, that might be one of my favorite album titles ever. I fucking love that title. Album is dope. I do at the moment. I do prefer their later two albums. I believe This Godless Endeavor and Dead Heart in a Dead World. Those are amazing albums. I do really fuck with Dreaming Neon Black too. That's his personal favorite, but those other two albums have higher ratings, so that's kind of an honesty. I'm not really sure what I prefer though, but Nevermore is a dope ass band. Fucking love them, great band. I'm kind of improving all of these bands right now, as in, are they good enough? Are they not? And usually, whenever I say they're not or they are, usually Alex adds that to his favorite list because he knows I'm always right. So there you go. Next pick is Dream Theater, Metropolis 2, classic album. I do prefer, at the moment, I prefer Metropolis. I prefer Images and Words and maybe one of their modern albums. I fucking love this album, Black Clouds and Silver Linings, and 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Those are amazing albums. Might even be better than Metropolis 2. I don't know. And I love their album Awake. Awake has a lot of sentimental value for me. So there are a lot of Dream Theater albums for me that are, that I consider a favorite of mine. So there you go. They like arguably all of their whole discography is arguably like it could be a favorite worthy. That's just kind of the quality of Dream Theater. So yeah, that's always a solid pick right there. Always solid to go for Dream Theater in my book. Next one is Judas Priest Painkiller. Amazing album. I had it on my wall for like a year, I believe, almost. So, yeah, Judas Priest. I mean, they're just kind of one of those amazing, like, just standard classic heavy metal bands that kind of became a speed metal band on Painkiller. But I mean, they were once, I would say, they were once a speed metal band on that album. And they were like, we pretty much perfected anything we could ever do on a Judas Priest record. So they just kind of ended the band for almost a decade, which I understand. I'm not really a huge fan of the post Painkiller era, but I mean, granted, anything after Painkiller is gonna disappoint. I mean, I still like Juggulator though, but they were not trying to follow it up there. They were just like starting a new band essentially with the same band name. So do with it what you will. But because you can't follow a Painkiller, you can't fucking do it. So that's kind of an honesty. Even Rob Halford thought after Painkiller, it was like, oh well, I just made the greatest album ever made. I'm gonna quit this band right now. That might have been his fucking mindset. I can't blame the guy though. Painkiller is fucking awesome. I do prefer Sad Wings of Destiny, but Painkiller is phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you like hipsters like to say that Sad Wings is better. You guys have old fart Michael Ackerfeld. That's his favorite album by them too. So, I mean, granted, I do really fuck with that album, but it's not my number one album from Judas Priest. It might be my number two because I'm not a huge fan of Genocide, and I mean that's the weakest song of Sad Wings, and Painkiller is flawless through and through. Title track, Touch of Evil, Phil Gunn's fucking blazing, fucking awesome titles. One of my other favorite songs by Judas Priest is how's it called again? My favorite song by them, can't remember the song title. One Shot at Glory, I believe. The last song. Like, Painkiller opens up amazingly and it ends amazingly. One Shot at Glory might even be better than fucking Painkiller. One Shot at Glory is fucking awesome. Like, Painkiller through and through. It fucking destroys anything that fucks with it. So don't fuck with Painkiller, it will fuck you up. So there you go. Don't fuck with my shit, my dude. Next one, oh well, Iron Maiden of Judas Priest. Is that right? Well, in my opinion, it is, but for some people, it isn't. But Iron Maiden, Brave New World. I fucking love Brave New World. I fucking love Brave New World. Great records. I love the album cover too, with Eddie there on the face and the blue sky shit, like, or the purple sky and the blue sea. I fucking love the album cover. It's a great cover. Yeah, it's kind of it, honestly. I don't think it's one of the best albums ever made, though, but it might become my favorite. I don't know. Might be Power Slave. It kind of depends if I'm in kind of a basic bitch route, or if I'm in a like more progressive experimental route, like Brave New World and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Kind of depends, but that's my opinion at the moment. At least I do really fuck with those albums, so that's a good choice right there. Next one, Cynic Focus. I might even prefer Trace in Air, their second album, but Focus is a classic, one of the best progressive death metal albums ever made, right along with Edge of Sanity's Crimson and some death records, you know. So definitely a dope ass record. I do really fuck with it though. My cat is on the fucking table. I always kind of do that, and then he like gets scared and shit. Animal abuser. Well, I don't throw it actually at him. I just like warn him. Warning. So yeah, dope record. Next one, Prometheus by Emperor. I'm not a huge fan of Prometheus. Granted, it was their last album, and I do still really fuck with it though. But I don't know, man. I never really thought it was the best thing ever. I always kind of thought it was kind of ass sounding. Like it's really weird. Like granted, I love the first two Emperor albums. I like the third one, but it's kind of disappointing compared to Anthems. But I never really got into the fourth one though. But I definitely like it though. I like the album, but I was never a huge fan of it though, because it sounds so out there for me. So I don't know. It's good, but it's a bit too weird for me. It's such a weird fucking Emperor album. I don't know. Maybe I like it if I just like fucking binge listen to it. I don't know. Maybe it will become my favorite too, but I highly doubt it. Like, listen to In the Night Side Eclipse. Fucking amazing album. Like, I don't really get why most people prefer Anthems at the Welking at Dusk. I mean, granted, it's a dope ass record, but I always thought that In the Night Side Eclipse had the better songs, better production, better album cover. It's just a better album. I'm like, why do people think Anthems is better than Nightside? I always thought Nightside was better, but I think that Anthems sounds dope, but it sounds a bit more straightforward and a bit more predictable for my taste. Whereas Nightside is really symphonic and really fucking. It just sounds fucking great to me. So I don't know. Anthem sounds great too, but more straightforward. And I do prefer the more symphonics on Nightside. So that's kind of a discussion, I guess, a discussion for another day. But I prefer the debut. It just sounds more produced and it just sounds more grandiose. But granted, some people like the more straightforward black metal like anthems, and some people like it more varied and more symphonic, like I do with Nightside. That's why I like Aquilus so much. Aquilus is essentially like an Emperor Opeth baby. Or it is Emperor's and Opeth's baby, or Agalon's baby to a certain degree. Symphonic black metal bliss. I'm like, yeah, this sounds great. I fucking love this. Like, black metal doesn't have to sound like shit. Listen to Aquilus or Emperor or any of those, like, Agalog to a certain degree. Like, they are black metal question mark, and they sound great. They have great production, or it's good enough for black metal. So that's kind of it, honestly. Emperor. Next one is, he goes on for a long while about Emperor though. Holy shit. Opeth, Blackwater Park. Yeah, dope. Pretty much my like the greatest record I ever made. If you ask me, fucking amazing album. I love it. Yeah, it's Blackwater Park. What do you think I'm gonna say here? It's fucking Blackwater Park. Listen to it. Painkiller's overrated. Fuck you. I believe that nobody said that. With the Celtic Frost thing, he chose Monetius, which was their last album before they formed Triptychon. Which no, don't fucking. Oh, he's destroying my Switch again. Fucking hell. No, my fucking Switch. If he fucking broke the thing, I'm gonna murder his ass. No, he didn't break it. If he's like fucking murdering my Switch, I'm fucking like murdering him. Fucking annoying ass cat. Monetius by Celtic Frost. By the way, my Switch is still alright though. Warheads and all, never mind. I don't know what I mean, but it sounds like a cool title for something. But Monetius, never mind. Yeah, shut up, Alex. Monetius by Celtic Frost is a good album, but I don't. Bleach is better. In Utero is better. That's their best album. Nevermind sucks. Bleach sucks. In Utero is the only good album. Changed my mind. Changed my mind. Um, yeah, it's kind of it honestly. But yeah, that album by Celtic Frost, I'm not gonna say it again. It's good. But I think Morbid Tales is better. If you combine it with the first EP, it's a better album. And to Megatherion, it is pretty much the best album. So I just think that their early shit just sounds way more, it just sounds way more distinct than the later shit. Like Into the Pandemonium, this album right there. I do love it though. That's why I have it on vinyl, but it's not my favorite by them. It's avant-garde metal, and they kind of became an avant-garde act on Monetius again. So yeah, I do like it though. I do like the album. So there you go. No, it didn't die, but he threw it over. He threw it on not the floor, but just he threw it over. Yeah, and I remember nobody said that from all the Celtic Frost albums, you chose this one. You chose Monetius, and he was like, you could have picked like one of their early albums, and it would have been fine. But he chose the last one. I mean, I'm not really against his choice though, but it could have been something else. I do agree with that. Next one is Porkman Tree with Fear of a Blank Planet, one of my favorite albums ever. I love it. Anesthetize, one of the best songs ever made. Fear of Blank Planet, catchy title track, great opening track. Way Out of Here is amazing. Sleep Together is really like it sounds really fucked up and kind of like industrial way. It kind of sounds like a Nine Inch Nails song to me, so that's good of course. I really like how industrial and how fucking how weird and how fucking fucked up that song sounds. It sounds really dark and it sounds like the song can explode at any moment, which it kind of does at some points. My Ass is just beautiful. Sentimental is pretty. It's pretty much the worst song, but it sounds really pretty though. It's a really pretty song. Those were all the songs, right? There are like 6 songs on that album. Amazing album though. I love the album. I do kind of agree with he could have picked Coldplay. Oh my god. Oh well, I'm misspelled a word, but you know what I mean. Oh fuck that comment. I butchered that word so hard. Fucking delete that shit. Say that I can't. What the fuck? Why is this chat? Why is the chat doing that to me? My whole chat is like fucking freezing right now. Fucking YouTube, don't fuck me over like that. Fucking hell. I can't fucking delete my own comments. Are you fucking kidding me? I can of course delete Alex or yeah, I can delete your guys' comment, but I can't delete my own comments. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I can delete the LMAO comments. What the fuck, you? Why can't I fucking delete the one comment I want to delete? I can't fucking delete it. Well, I'm just gonna spell it out again. I believe I'm still misspelling it though, but at least you know what I mean right now. I'm definitely still misspelling this though, but I'm not sure how you fucking say this word. Yeah, missed opportunity. I still think I kind of missed something in there. YouTube is seriously fucking me over right now. Like, of course, the specific comment I want to delete, I can't fucking delete it. Like, go fuck yourself, YouTube. Yeah, Fear of Blank Planet, one of my all-time favorite albums. I fucking adore it. I do kind of agree with Nobody though. It has a pretty terrible album cover though, but it's a dope record. It's a dope ass record, but album cover kind of sucks. But hey, it's an amazing album, so I don't really care. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. He called this one of the best album covers ever made. That's interesting. I do really like the Blue Sky, and I do like Brave New World a little bit more though, as in the cover. I do prefer Seventh Son, of course, because it is the Maiden album. I do fuck with it though. I'm not sure if it's my favorite. Somewhere in Time might become my favorite. That's Phantom's favorite album ever. I'm like, well, yeah, it could be one of my favorites too, though. So that's pretty legit right there. I do fuck with it though. I'm not sure if I still think it's my favorite, but it is a pretty great combo though. Fuck that grammar, bitch. Fuck that comment. Don't correct me on my own streams. I can correct you guys, of course, but don't fucking correct me. I will correct myself, and if I don't fucking mention it. Get the fuck out of here. Correct me on my own stream. Get the fuck out of here. Number six is symbolic but deaf. I think it's number six because he has the same thing that I have. I have Seventh Son of a Seventh Son on number seven on my favorites list because I get it. Number seven, Seventh Son. I'm so funny. You kill me. Symbolic is dope. Pretty much the best death album ever made. So yeah, it's amazing. Crystal Mountain, Perennial Quest, really long outro song. Symbolic, the title track is iconic, I think. Yeah, there's a Crystal Mountain. If I didn't say it already, that's gonna be Alex's new name. It has a ring to it, indeed. I probably don't want to call him. Oh, what next? Beatles White Album at number 9. No, if only he had more rock stuff on there. If only. Um, what's the thing? What's the thing? What did I want to say again? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I don't want to call him a bitch though. That's a bit too vile to call my fans a bitch. But I mean, I just did. But for a nickname, something to say to him forever. We can call him Grammar B though. Grammar B. Like it is Alex B, Grammar B, and I'm still calling you a bitch, but I'm not like saying you don't have bitch in your name, but the B stands for bitch, Grammar B. Like it's kind of a censor name. I like it, Grammar B. I'm probably not gonna keep that one in there though because I don't know. It's catchy though. It has a ring to it though, but I don't know. Maybe Grammar B. I mean, I have one scar. I don't need another. I mean, I could take care of that though. Was that a threat? Maybe. Number 5 is Opet but still alive. I would definitely put Opet a bit higher though. Well, you know, they're number 5, but granted, Still Alive is fucking amazing. One of my favorite album covers too, though, the modern one. You also have like an older one that kind of looks like shit, but the remaster looks fucking amazing. I love the Still Alive remaster cover. One of my favorites covers ever. Number 4 is Dirt by Alice in Chains. Great record. I would put Opeth above it though, but Alice in Chains is still a really solid pick though. I do fuck with it, of course. Number 3 is Rust in Peace by Megadeth. It's not number 1 anymore. Pretty much the greatest album ever made, kind of in a way. Pretty much is Rust in Peace. So Rust in Peace is amazing. Um, Yeah, I sure it should have been number 1 though, but this his top 2 is a bit more personal to him though. You know, Rust in Peace is just the objective best album out there ever, so it's kind of it honestly. I do fuck with it though. I mean, it's one of my favorite albums ever, so there you go. But I mean, these upcoming 2 as well, so that's kind of it honestly. Number 2 is Bath and Leaving Your Body Map by Mother of the Well, the double album. Dope Records, avant-garde progressive metal band, Modern of the Well. Toby Driver's a genius. He was influenced by a guy called John Zorn, who worked with Naked City. That is an avant-garde metal band, or another avant-garde metal band, a bit more well-known. But Modern of the Well is better than both of those acts, in my opinion, at least. Amazing artist, a lot of like really minimal kind of. Really moving, inspiring pieces. I think really just are dropping to see. I really love leaving your body, bath and leaving your body map, and bath and leaving your body map. I really love those albums. Yeah, I said it already 3 times, but Modern of the Well, Bath, leaving your body map. One of the greatest albums ever made, in my opinion. I fucking love it. I'm not sure if I would put it at number 2 though. It's a bit too minimal for my taste, but sometimes I really am in like a minimal atmosphere kind of mood, like Modern of the Well, or let's say an Arvo Part. Let's see if someone gets that reference. That's so fucking obscure. I'm an obscure hipster. There you go. And number 1, I don't really agree with it though. Like I said, I prefer Ashes Against the Grain, and I don't think it's the best album ever made. Um, oh, maybe Alex got it. I think Alex just got it. Nice. But number 1 for me, or number 1 for him, not my number 1, but his number 1 album is The Mantle by Agalog. I mean, granted, The Mantle is an amazing album. A lot of great atmosphere, a lot of great dense moments on there. It's a bit too, I don't know, it's a bit too atmospheric for my taste. I do prefer Ashes Against the Grain because it hits harder than The Mantle. I don't know, maybe I prefer The Mantle with more listens, but at the moment I keep coming back to Ashes Against the Grain because it just fucking hits you. It just, like, god damn, that's a fucking album right there. And The Mental is just kind of like, you really need to be in the mood, like with Modern of the Well. So I'm kind of torn between the albums, but at the moment I prefer Ashes because Ashes just, it's a fucking banger. It's a fucking amazing album. And I can't really say that at the moment with The Mental. I really like The Mental though. The Mental is a great album, a great atmosphere on the record, but I'm more of like a direct kind of hard hitting guy than I am an atmospheric guy. So that's kind of it, honestly. I'm probably gonna talk about Alex a bit after this, though. What do you laugh about? I'm pretty sure you got the reference, so that's nice. If you get that reference, you are fucking awesome. So there you go. Again, I'm fucking awesome. Again, I got that reference, so I'm fucking awesome. Subscribe to me. I'm awesome. Let's end it at 2 hours. I wanted to be an hour, but yeah, it went overboard, of course. Bye, later, bitch.